Time now for Constituency Link, and we take you to Cape Coast South Constituency in the Central Region. Constituency Link is sponsored by Star Ghana with funding from Danida, European Union and UK Aid.
Cape Coast South Constituency was one of the two constituencies created out of the Cape Coast constituency in the lead-up to the 2012 elections. Considered one of the pivotal points of Ghana's struggle for independence, Cape Coast South Constituency possessed pre-1900 buildings such as forts and castles. The Cape Coast Castle, which was built by the Dutch, has become a national heritage that attracts visitors from across the globe. Historians explain that the Cape Coast Castle was one of the main conduits for slave trade in the then Gold Coast. Slaves were often crammed in harrowing conditions in the underground dungeons of the castles as they wait to be shipped to the Americans. A major social consequence was its long and intensive interaction with the European traders, and that Cape Coast became a center for the spread of elements of European culture and civilization to the rest of the country. To its continued historical significance, Cape Coast usually attracts Africans in the diaspora to commemorate events such as the Panafest Festival to connect with the past and chart a path for the socio-economic development of the African continent. The tourism potential of the Cape Coast South Constituency is undoubtedly mindful of the historical monument and relic that symbolize the cruel slave trade and Ghana's fight for self-government. The Cape Coast South Constituency is considered the citadel of second cycle education. The constituency hosts some of Ghana's finest high schools, including Fantipim, Adisadel College, Holy Child and St. Augustine's. However, many pupils from basic schools in Cape Coast South Constituency do not gain access to these schools due to poor education standards. Ex-President Atamil's library is also located in the Cape Coast South Constituency, although our checks established that it was yet to be opened to the public. The main occupation of residents in the constituency is fishing. However, fisher folks say their fortunes have dwindled due to the prevalence of illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing. Fisher folks here have sent countless letters to the incumbent Member of Parliament to help us solve the issue of illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing, but it has all fallen on deaf ears. Because he wants to win our vote this year, he has just provided us with few gallons of fuel, but we are still calling for a change.
For those of us here, all we seek is that government pays attention to issues of illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing. Due to this practice, We no longer get enough to sell to take our children to school.
Yes, son. Yanamuda still me and Kotokum. Obey your bay dead. And Miss Potion on Mamma Vasti. Nivia, what can you do my bay? Yesterday, West, you may do a hat. What for you pay 100, 1 you ma. No one when you're being so walk to come. Tomato 50 pesos simple will see. Yes, a bodombo. And I say.
We are feeling the brunt of the harsh economic conditions. We can't even pay utility bills anymore.
Mato, prepaid on Sudapian, and a prepaid, friend, and the family that prepaid you was.
Some constituents complained about lack of jobs. Mumuni Isifu graduated in 2011 from the Cape Coast Polytechnic, but spent productive hours at the internet cafe. He narrates his ordeal. Have you tried applying for jobs?
So many times, both online and even I myself going to the various enterprises and companies in Accra. Sometimes I go there to supply my letters over there. They sometimes called me, but when they call me, the problem I have is they will always ask me, do you have accommodation in Accra? There's no accommodation, so they ignore you. The president made a whole lot of promises by telling us he's going to create more jobs, bringing in more jobs. But at the end of the day, there was an embargo putting on the job market, so you have nothing to do. One of my friends has an end of their class that I go there to teach sometimes. But even there, I'm having only one student, and I take 40 cedis every month from the students. So you can imagine what kind of 40 cedis do.
Some expressed their displeasure about criminal activities and blamed the situation on lack of jobs for the youth in the constituency.
There's no work here.
I'm also jobless. The issue of youth unemployment has even increased armed robbery in this area. They may even murder you if you fall victim. So we need jobs.
Notwithstanding these challenges, there has been some infrastructural development in the constituency, including the soon-to-be commissioned Kotokraba market. When completed, the market will boast of shops, banks, hospitals and schools. It will also have a car park, an office block, a drainage system and walkways to ensure the free movement of traders and customers. Taxi drivers in the constituency have expressed different perspectives on the performance of government in this constituency.
Permanently Obahan. Ocean Bobby, a company or ye. By this year, Jimmy, some show be a burning bay 1 month on Baha. Say, actually, library Osway, Igwe Osway, Park Osway.
I think the government has done very well. The library, the new market, the new stadium and the reconstruction of road are all evident of the good works of President Mahama. So I think he deserves another term.
Oh yeah, within 3.5 years to 4 years. I'm impressed. All the much I'm also Monday.
Ghana ban on your driver's season. 1 year insurance, 100 years. No 2. Upper dose CNT.
Government decisions hardly favor we taxi drivers. The government keeps increasing fuel. Our MP, for instance, made a lot of promises in 2012, but he's yet to fulfill any of them. In the 2012 parliamentary elections, the regional minister and parliamentary candidate Kweku Rickett-Hagan won the seat with a margin of 2,944 votes on the ticket of the National Democratic Congress (NDC). Kwaku Rickett-Hagan is confident of retaining his seat, but the NPP's parliamentary candidate Michael Arthur Dati has vowed to win the seat. The battle lines are drawn, and the electorate will decide who represents the Cape Coast South constituency.